one little bit I didn't add in this last video, the Knicks are not expected to make a run at college Texas, sources say, according to Jake Fisher of the Bleacher Report. And another conversation has rode that New York is interested in Purdue sophomore shooting guard Jaden Ivey, even though it is assured that he'll be picked in the first 6 picks. The Indiana Pacers are considered by multiple teams as the lowest he'll go. He won't get past the Pacers, so will the Knicks trade up to try to get Jaden Ivey? Now let's hop into the video. Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're talking about the New York Knicks, and I don't know if you guys have heard the rumors, but hey, the Knicks aren't going to get Donovan Mitchell. Very unlikely, according to Jake Fisher of the Bleacher Report, but you know what they might be getting? D'Angelo Russell is an option, and a few other guys. So let's get right into today's video, and let's talk about all these news, and let me give you guys my opinions. But before we start today's video, first up, I don't know if you see the Jazz baby, my little pit bull's right here, but shout out to her. I want to hear your opinions down below. If you're a Knicks fan, what do you think are the proper moves they should make? Is Russell a good option? Are you sad that Donovan won't come? Do you want Jerami Grant? Who do you think you should get and why? So, league sources regularly mention New York's main off-season focus was to address the point guard position, but acquiring Utah's all-star Donovan Mitchell remains highly unlikely. As the Knicks work down the list of their point guard options, rival executives have pointed Minnesota as an option because D'Angelo Russell as a potential lower-level target if all of their first options fail, like Jalen Brunson, Tyus Jones. What do I think of that? Damn. If they're looking at Russell as a Timberwolves fan, this is what I'm thinking. If this team is actually considering D'Angelo Russell as an option, it's because Tyus Jones will be getting similar money to D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell is making about $20-something million a year, closer to 27, which means Tyus Jones could be probably getting $20 million a year, potentially, if Russell's an option. Because they wouldn't look at Russell as an option if they weren't already planning to pay Brunson or Jones similar money. That's what I take from this. Which means the Knicks are going to break the bank for a point guard. And they're not going to break the bank, necessarily destroy the bank, but they're going to drop $20 million on a point guard. What do I think is the right move? Obviously, it's try to get Tyus Jones. Jalen Brunson's staying in Dallas. He can offer the most money. It's the best situation for him. He's going to stay there. Now for New York, their best option, Tyus Jones, I believe, would be cheaper, more efficient, and more valuable to this team. I think they should do a full court press suicide rush for Tyus Jones. I don't think you should overpay him. I don't think he should get more than $25 million. I could see a $15 to $20 million range being ideal for a guy like Tyus Jones. Now, D'Angelo Russell is making $27 million, I believe it is. He's making similar money to Julius Randle. Julius Randle and D'Angelo Russell have a very similar annual contract value, I think is the correct term. So when you look at Russell, you're assuming they put Russell on the board because Russell will be very cheap to get. He might cost you just a future first-round pick. Minnesota, the only thing we want probably back for Russell is a first-round pick. Maybe a player or two for salary matches. We'd be cool with you taking on the salary. As long as you give us a first-round pick, because I assume Tim Connolly and Sachin Gupta would definitely be like, hey, Gerson Rosa has traded too much for Russell. We kind of want some investment back on the dollar. And they probably would ask for a very future first-round pick. Just give us a future first-round pick. We'll call it even. This way we can get some technically draft assets back for what we gave up for him. Now, do I think this is the right move? I think for the Timberwolves, it would be a great move. We need to move on for D'Angelo Russell, no matter how good of a friend he is with Karl-Anthony Towns and how good he looked at times during the regular season. For him to have that terrible of a performance in the playoffs, it's not good. It's not good whatsoever. We need guys who can perform. And, if he stays on the roster, it's not a bad thing. But, again, also, I don't understand why the Knicks are looking at him because he's not a guy who plays defense whatsoever. You're getting a guy who does not play defense, which is not what Tom Thibodeau's forte is. So, that brings us to the final questions. What do you guys think should be done? Why would you do it? And, yeah, So it's basically all my thoughts for you guys today. But this is my 5th video today. Actually, I recorded 3 yesterday. I edited already 3 this morning. Recorded 2 now after this being unrecorded. So I think we'll record 1 more, maybe 2 more. I love making videos every day because I love talking to y'all. I make way too much content. I've made over almost 800 videos on this past NBA season. I've made like over 100 videos on the off season already. Suck my dick. Tell me people, nobody makes as much content as I do on the NBA. Nobody.